State Governor Wike has declared that he will continue to deliver key projects across the state all through his second term. Commissioning the rebranded government secondary school Ubima on Tuesday, Governor Wike said that he will not be affected by the second term syndrome.
Let me tell the people of Rivers State, this is our second tenure in office. We are going to work as if it is our first tenure. We are going to work as if it's our first tenure. Rivers people will see project and project in this second tenure. We are not going to rest. I'm not going to be a governor, but because this is my second tenure, therefore, we'll go and sleep. No. We'll work as if this is our first tenure.
Governor Wike called for the prayers and support of Rivers people so that he can continue to work towards improving the state.
All we want from you is your support. All we want for you is your prayers for us. I will give you the best. So I thank all of you for coming out under this rain to support us in 100 days in office. God has been kind to the people of Rivers State and will continue to worship him. Nobody can intimidate me. Nobody can carry any blackmail or propaganda to think that they will intimidate me. I will refuse any kind of intimidation.
Governor Wike would change the name of the school from Community Secondary School Ubima to Government Secondary School Ubima. Said he promised to rebuild the school, and to the glory of God, that promise has been fulfilled.
Today, the 10th of September, we commissioned these structures called Community School Ubima. In fact, I don't want to say Community Secondary School again. It's Government Secondary School Ubima. Because government used our money to build this sector, not the community. Government is paying the salaries of teachers. So why should it be community? It's the community that's paying salary. So it is our fault. So it is now called Government Secondary School Ubima.
He informed that the state government will develop boarding facilities for students of the school.
I made a promise to the people of Ubima that I will rebuild this school. And I thank God I have fulfilled the promise I've made to you. When we are coming in, we are discussing in the vehicle, and I was telling them that, look at the school. I didn't even know there were no boarding facilities. With street lights, as if they are boarding facilities. So we do everything we can to provide boarding facility for the school.
He reiterated the commitment of his administration to the construction of educational facilities across the state to expand access to education.
We have said before that we owe a responsibility to provide our people the basic infrastructure, particularly as it has to do with access to education. When we provide access to education for our people will be educated. And that is clearly sure to make human capital development. There's nothing government can do. If we cannot provide for human capital development, then we have not started the governance. Because we must create that opportunity for our people to be educated. And I'm sure our children, when they have seen the facilities, they'll be encouraged to read and improve the quality of education.
The governor commended the Rivers State Ministry of Education for its wonderful supervisory role in delivering the project. Governor Wike upgraded the traditional stool of Ubima to first-class status. He announced that the paramount ruler of Ubima, Eze I.E. William, is now a first-class traditional ruler.
I will do what somebody did not give to you, I will give it to you. That thing I've been looking for, I will give it to you today. I hereby upgrade your stool to first-class stool. So, His Royal Highness Eze I.P. William, as the Royal Highness of Ubima, who is now the first-class traditional ruler.
Former Rivers State Governor Sir Celestine Omeya said Governor Wike has delivered a brand new school for the town. He said that the governor added several new facilities to the institution.
Your Excellency, you have come to commission a brand new secondary school in Ubima. I make bold to say that there is no other school in the whole of Ikwere, let me not just say River State, I will be challenged, in Ikwere local government that is as good as what you have seen here today. Your Excellency, this is in line of your idea in the human capacity development. The idea is to develop our people educationally.
He said that with the upgrade of facility in the school, it is now one of the best in the whole of Ikwere land.
I am challenging our parents from Ubima and the Ikwere local government to see that their own children are properly interested in going to school. This edifice here cannot be properly utilized if parents don't play their own roles at home to educate their children. It is also the role of our teachers. I use the same opportunity to say teachers to sit up so that the effort of the government will not go in vain.
I feel honored because I'm from this local government area and I know this college and I know the last 8 years how this college was looking like. It would have been better being described by a hunter that time to now. So when I was informed and invited for that particular function, I said I must be here. Why I said I must be here is that this particular project is showing that His Excellency the Executive Governor of River State is taking education to the doorsteps of the poor people. Can you imagine children from this area without this school, from poor home? How will they manage to pay transport to go to other areas? You have seen it. Without being told, we are here gathered for that mark. And what we are seeing here is what anybody can be proud of. It's what anybody can take home to. It's what I will even ask other state governors to come and copy. I will beg him to tell the people that will manage this institution to make sure they continue with maintenance policy of maintaining the structures and equipment they are put in place.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education, Mr. Adonye Dagugu Hart, said that Governor Wike added new blocks of classrooms, laboratories, staff quarters, administrative block, and computer center to the institution.
See what the school looked like before now, with those dilapidated buildings. And if you look on the right side of it, you will see the new buildings. If you look at that edifice there, it's a newly constructed, magnificent story building with 10 offices for the principal, the vice principals, administration and academics, and the heads of departments. We have offices there for the heads of departments, and we have 4 stores and 2 conference rooms. Then immediately after that, opposite it, you have the vice principals, the principal's house and the vice principal's houses, the 2 of them. Behind are totally new structures. We have the chemistry lab, the physics lab, the agricultural science lab, we have the ICT computer lab, and we have the library.
First and foremost, it's a fulfillment of a promise made to a people by a trustworthy governor. When we came here for the flag off of this project, the reconstruction of the school here in Ubima, a lot of people were shedding tears because of the level of decay and spoilage which was inflicted on this school by the previous administration. Particularly so because the previous government was headed by a son of Ubima. And to imagine that Ubima suffered this level of neglect in terms of their school was very pathetic. And so the flag off took place. We were told that this place was going to look far, far, far better than many schools we find out of this country, particularly in Europe. I came here and I moved around, and I'm happy today that what I have seen, this place looks like a university. In fact, it is much more than a secondary school. And I think that the governor deserves commendation for these efforts.
He said that the investment of Governor Wike has turned around the fortunes of the school. Chairman of Ikore local government area, Mr. Samuel Onwamosike, described Governor Wike as a leader who understands the developmental needs of his people.
The Ikore people are excited and happy today that you have come with your entourage to do that which you promised us. A few months ago, you were here and you told the Ikore people that you would do that which we didn't even believe that will get to us. You have shown us that you're a great leader. You are a son of Ikore land. This edifice you've put up here today is of great standard. When you walk through the facilities, you will imagine that this will happen to Ikore people under your leadership.
He said that the people of Ikore local government area are happy that Governor Wike has done what nobody thought is possible.
We are excited, we are happy. We have seen a leader in you, a leader that feels our welfare, a leader that knows where he pinches us. Just some years back, the people of Ikore local government used to know what was here before, that our brothers and our sisters were trying to get educated under the tree when we had an opportunity to have this edifice. But thank God, you never bothered about the sentiment and statements of men. You decided to work for God. You decided to work for the people of Ikore local government. You decided to break that which people thought is not possible by bringing this project to Ikore local government, and particularly in Ubima. May God bless you and your family and bless Rivers State government. We are excited as a people that our people will come here to acquire knowledge and go and keep the flags of Rivers State flying all over the world.
Was mainly a thick forest. It was inhabited by animals, antelopes, and lion. And in any case, we are standing on the soil of Ubima community. For those of you who may not also know, Ubima community is the hometown of a former governor of Rivers State. I'm talking about Chubike Rotimi Amechi, who served Rivers State as a two-term governor. He was two-term speaker, and is presently the Minister of Transportation, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, all these years, you may ask, he was speaker for 8 years, governor for another 8 years. There was no school in this community. And therefore, this project is very, very important to us because the children in this community will no longer travel to far distance to pursue secondary education. They are here. If you take a look at the facilities you have here, this school is equipped with modern facilities. You have ICT, you have all the laboratories, both agric and physics, chemistry, biology, all the laboratories you can find in any standard school, you have them here. We have sporting facilities here. You can see that the present environment is different from the thick forest we visited when we came to flag it off. And therefore, I believe that Rivers people are happy with the governor. Rivers people appreciate His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike.
The commissioning of the project attracted traditional rulers, politicians, youth groups, women groups, staff and students of the school.